White line disease in cattle. What is it? How do we treat it? How do we prevent it from happening? And more importantly, how do we trim it? Then we've just stabilised this clog. Here, removing the loose horn. Hope this has been helpful. If there's any questions you have, I will answer. So feel free. That was my very first video on this channel about 2 years ago. We've come a long way from there. But I want to talk today about why we started the channel in the first place, where we're going, and what you guys can do to help the world of cow hoof health. This is the Hoof GP, guys. If you haven't already subscribed and you're watching this video, stands to reason you should probably subscribe. So click that button right now, and in the meanwhile, enjoy the rest of this video. So this was my very first video 2 years ago. And I did it because my farmers, my customers, and people who I was meeting on a daily basis were asking how to look after the cow's feet better. I was trying to describe it and it was really hard. I would show them photos and that didn't really work because it didn't kind of sink in. I was having to explain what I did. So I made this video because it was much easier to show people exactly what we needed to do to overcome the problem of these blisters or sole ulcers on cows' feet. Since that first video, I've made countless videos on how to cure sole ulcers, how to make sure cows don't get them in the first place, how to look after white lines, toe necrosis, digital dermatitis, mule foot, foul in the foot, ball ulcers, pedunculated chorions, and much more besides. The whole point of the channel was to make sure that dairymen, hoof trimmers, vets, farmers, everybody could share knowledge, like me included, people in the comments, get people talking about it and get them doing the right things to cure these cows with these terrible ailments and make the cows as comfortable as possible. I try to make the videos as informative as possible, but I also include parts of my life and love of the world we live in. I include some silliness from me and Craig, but we always bring it back to information on how to look after these cows' feet and make them as comfortable as possible. The only problem is, all throughout curing these cows' feet and showing you the story of these cows' lameness and their issues and bringing them back to full health, yes, we do it, yes, I show you how to do it and we show you the process, but it's not very structured. If you wanted to learn hoof trimming from this channel, you need to study a lot of videos, and they're not in the right order. About 9 months ago, a company called Peak Reach Media in Manchester, England, called me and said that they loved watching my videos, but they could spot that there was no true sort of pattern to them. There was no structure, no way of learning. And they created online courses. You've heard me banging on about them before, but I wanted to tell you why they're there and what that means for me and what it means for everybody else. Cows like this have really bad feet, and we can solve that so easily by a quick trim at the right time, and that's what the online course is all about. Don't misunderstand me, don't get this wrong. This online course is not about taking somebody who's never seen a cow all the way through to being a professional hoof trimmer. That is completely unrealistic. This course is about you guys who trim the odd cow, vets who have done a bit in veterinary school, or maybe professional trimmers who haven't done a course or whatever. This is about broadening your horizons, making sure that you know all of the right levels, the right distances, the right measurements, the internal, the external anatomy of a cow's foot. This is about honing in on what is really important when we trim cows' feet. You've heard me say before, I've attended loads of different courses. Anything that comes up, a seminar, conferences, I attend as much as I can to learn as much as I possibly can. The only trouble with those things is, you go once, they spout loads of really fantastic information at you, you're there for a couple of days, and you absorb some of that information. Wouldn't it be good if you could go back and replay what the guy said? Oh wait, you can do that in an online course, can't you? I've come to a little bit of a conundrum with this course though. You see, Hoof Shop, that's where I buy pretty much all of my stuff. Not all of my stuff, but pretty much all of it. Hoof Shop have sponsored the course, and what they're giving away is mental. Like, I really did not expect them to give that away. This is what they're giving away. It's here!
What is it?
It's here! It's here! It's here! It is exciting. And it's heavy. Seriously? I can't believe they're giving this away to you guys. hat, glue, they're like £30 each. Loads of blocks, more blocks, more blocks, TP blocks, these are good. TP block, more TP block. What's this? A sexy new glue gun. Acre Toro knives. These are like razors, really good knives. Nippers, they're like 65 quid on their own. Got better handles than my ones. Derm paste. Smells minty. And this, the all-important measuring gauge. And a whole box of bandages. That's unbelievable. So Ian from Hoof Shop called me one day and he said, Graham,
Sure now, can we sponsor the course?
and I said, yeah, you can. What would you like to do? And he said, we'll give away some free stuff. Now, when he said give away some free stuff, I didn't think he was giving away what he was giving away. I'll be honest, they probably didn't expect so many people to buy this course. So we're in a bit of a predicament. They haven't said how long they're going to give it away, but I'm guessing they're not going to give away all of this stuff for too much longer. So if you want it, go and get it now. I love how inquisitive cows are, look. They're absolutely awesome, aren't they? And look at these ones, they're so sexy. By the way, we're at a farm right now and we're on a time scale. We can only trim between 9 o'clock and 12 o'clock. Today, they gave us 51 cows. We trimmed 51 cows in 1 hour, 50 minutes. That is what happens when you get good cow's feet and you're on a good, rigorous schedule for routine trimming. Now, the course itself isn't just about trimming cows' feet. It's about how to care for cows' feet. It's about the environment they live in, the nutrition that they eat, their upbringing, when to actually trim them, how to trim them obviously, how to trim the problems. We start off with the basics, the history of hoof trimming, why they get the problems they do, so the environment they live in, what parts of the environment they live in that could be causing those problems, nutrition, what they're eating, transitional cows. Then we have a proper in-depth look at the external anatomy of a cow's foot. We look at the skeletal structure of their legs and how that can impact on lameness or not impact on lameness. We even talk about how their legs are attached to their body and why that matters. You see, I would talk about that normally, but you guys might switch off. It gets in depth. Knowing the internal anatomy of a cow's foot is hugely important. Yes, we don't want to see it when we're trimming, that would be bad, but we need to understand what is going on underneath the cow's hoof. And we need to understand that the cow's hoof is basically her shoe, it's not her foot. Her foot is basically contained within that shoe. The Dutch translation for hoof means horny shoe, and that is how we should think of it. This course teaches you exactly what that horny shoe is made up of, how long it takes to grow, what it's actually growing from, what impacts that growth, and why white line disease forms. We talk about every single disease that cows get of their foot. Everyone. So if you're thinking of it right now, we talk about it. Yes, we even talk about that one. Yep, that one too. I'm telling you, if you're thinking of it right now, we cover it in the course. Not every cow's foot is perfect. The videos on my channel is proof of that. So we look at how to treat routine cows, so cows that don't have any problems, and we look at therapeutically trimming cows. So cows that have major problems, we talk about exactly the steps that you guys can take to make sure you can heal those cows. But more importantly, we talk about the steps that you can take to avoid those cows ever happening on the farm. When I first started the channel, I set out to help farmers, to give them knowledge, to teach them how to better look after their cows' feet, and to just share the knowledge that I have with everybody else. This takes it to the next step. It gives it a structure. It's not about making money for myself at all. Yes, I will make a little bit of money from it, but that is not the purpose of this exercise. The purpose of this exercise is to take what I set out to do 2 years ago to the next level. And Hoof Shop giving you this massive starter kit is only going to help you guys buy into that, because it kind of makes the course really cheap. If you're trimming your cow's feet, you might be doing an okay job, you might be doing a rubbish job, you might be doing a fantastic job. This online course will make sure that you know which of those categories you fit into. I don't believe anyone watching this right now can't learn something from this course. And even if you learned that tiniest little detail to make your cows more comfortable, then it's worthwhile you doing it. Basically what happens is you go to learnthehoofgp.com, fill in all of your details, and even if you don't buy the course, there's a free lesson there that is worth watching. Although it is a kind of boring one, all about money and things and the impact that lameness has. Anyway, go to learnthehoofgp.com, fill in your details, get the course, and you'll get sent this big massive box as a starter kit. It gives you all the measuring materials you'll need, it gives you new knives, nippers, bandages, everything that I said before. But instantly, before you even get the box to your door, you can start learning straight away. There's modules and lessons that you work through and you kind of graduate from. So you'll work through module 1, 2, 3, all the way up to I think it's 7 or 8 modules, and within that, there's lessons on specific things. Now you can go back and revisit any of those modules or lessons as many times as you want, multiple times. So if there's something you don't quite understand or something that you don't fully absorb, like I didn't on half of my training courses the first time around, you can just go back, revisit that module or that specific lesson and listen to it again. You can go away, practice what you've learned and keep going. Now this isn't the end goal. The end goal is for you to be a fantastic trimmer, to know everything you possibly can about cow's feet, to broaden everybody in the world's knowledge on cow's feet, so that all of the cows in the world can lead happier, pain-free walking lives and make you farmers more money in the process. Because at the end of the day, this is a commercial exercise. It's not just about being nice to the cows. I like being nice to the cows, don't get me wrong, but the end goal is to make your guys' profit margins much better by making sure your cows are as productive as possible. And this course will give you all of the information and the know-how to practically put that into action and make your cows much better. There is barely a lame cow on this farm. The average lameness is somewhere between 24 and 27 or 8%. It's absolutely ludicrous. Some of my farms are under 1% lame. Not all of them, clearly. You guys watch my videos, we do have farms that have problems. But we need to get on top of it. Make these farms more productive, make the cows much happier and more comfortable. And the happier the cows are and the more comfortable they are, the better they'll work for you. Guys, do me a favour, I don't often ask for this, but give this video a thumbs up. If you've never done it before, click the like button, make this video bigger and bigger and bigger so that people know how they can look after their cows. They don't have to buy the course, they'll get a free lesson when they go on to learn thehoofgp.com. So it's not just about that, but it is about promoting cows' hoof health. And I'd love you guys to help me in that quest. For the past 2 years, we have been helping people all over the world and it's awesome. That's not what I thought would happen in my life, but it is something that I'm glad that has happened. Craig, finish the video for me, will you?
No, that's your job.
Yeah, he's probably right. Goodbye!